If you watch videos how to change your subconscious and create a better life, but it doesn't work, then it's because you still don't understand how you put these things into your subconscious. That means you have to understand the laws of mindset to change your life. If you understand why things truly go into your subconscious, then you will be able to change your life. Okay? So in this video, I'll explain to you these principles and these laws that help you to understand better how you can put things into your subconscious. So let's get started. So the first thing is that whenever you are in a state of relaxation, this is when your subconscious receives things. So when you are in a stressed state, let's say you're super stressed and you want to try out affirmations, this is when it won't work out. Okay, so you have to be in a relaxed state, because if you are just relaxed, then bam, this shit just goes into your subconscious straight. So always look at that. If you're in a relaxed state or in a stressed state, if you try to do something new and create a new reality for you. Okay, now the second thing is, everything we do, basically everything we do, or the way how we talk, our mind starts to generalize that. And you can actually use it to your advantage or to your disadvantage. Because, for example, if you start to think about yourself badly because you made a mistake, your mind start to generalize it, probably like, oh my god, you always make a mistake. Just realize that. Realize the negative generalizations and use it in the positive direction, in the opposite direction. Like, you do things always good, okay? Or your day is always great. So just recognize whenever your mind generalizes things, because it has this tendency to generalize things and generalize what you think about people or about yourself. And this can be good or positive or negative. For example, a good and positive generalization is when you believe you are a positive person, right? Everyone has, like, sometimes bad times, or let's say a phase of negativity, maybe emotions that are not comfortable of a lower vibrancy frequency, right? But if you think you are a positive person, you will always come back to this place of positivity, right? So this is how you can basically use the positive generalization. And the other thing that you have to know is, so it's not about how much you say affirmations or positive sentences or stuff like that that helps you to bring your stuff into your subconscious, your sentences and your beliefs, for example. It's about the intensity of your emotions. So the more convinced you are, the more intense you feel these emotions, the better it will work to bring the beliefs into your subconscious and to change your life. Okay, to bring basically all these positive beliefs into your subconscious to change your life as a result of that. That means whenever you say something that you want to integrate into yourself, focus on the emotions, whatever it is, no matter if it's visualization or other techniques, especially if you want to integrate new beliefs, focus always on the emotions, the intensity of the emotions, and to remain that, right? Because if you don't have any emotions, like you don't feel much of emotions, for example, you try to say these new beliefs or integrate them all the time, you will just notice this shit just doesn't work, right? So this is one important principle. Another thing that you have to understand is basically that it makes a difference how you talk about yourself. When you talk about yourself in the I am state, like I can, I have, I am this kind of person, this becomes your identity. This is literally one of the most powerful beliefs about yourself that you can have. Okay? So it plays a difference if you just talk in general like things are good, or you say I am a positive person. It plays a role if you say I experience something positive or you are positive. That makes a huge difference how it affects your subconscious. Okay, many people they don't focus on the difference. They don't recognize that. But it plays a huge role if you can choose how much impact you want to have. If you want to have great impact on your subconscious to change your life, then focus on your I am state, okay, and your identity. That's especially the way how you talk about yourself, what you are, and also what you are not. What you believe, what you are not, reveals also a lot about your beliefs, right? And another thing, what people don't understand, many people they try, for example, to copy affirmations from YouTube videos. The shit doesn't work because there's one principle that you have to understand why it doesn't work. It has to be personally congruent with you. So no matter what you say, it has to be personally congruent with you. That is why you should always make it yourself. This is the best way. Make it these sentences or these beliefs or whatever you want to integrate. Make it personally for yourself, personalized. And there are certain rules that you have to look at to make it personally for yourself. So the first rule is always say it in the present moment, right? Not like I will be this in the future or this will happen, but more in a way like this is who I am and this is what I do, this is what I can. So say it in the present moment. If it's about your identity, start with I, okay? Start with I. And make it pretty simple and, if possible, short. Because the longer the sentence is, the more complicated it will be for you to integrate that. So make it super simple and don't use things like, no, for example, I'm not that person. Don't use these negative sentences. Focus on who you want to be. Don't say sentences that focus on who you don't want to be, right? If you say, for example, I'm not depressed, your subconscious doesn't perceive this word not, okay? So in the end, you say that you are depressed, for example, right? So this is not how your subconscious works. So focus always on who you want to be. For example, I am a person, I'm an entrepreneur who can achieve this and that, okay? I'm an entrepreneur who's really successful at what he makes, for example, right? So this is also a very important rule. And it has to be, how do you realize this is congruent with you? You just feel it actually. You really focus on the emotion, okay? So your story, the way how you lived before, it all plays a role. So you try to find positive sentences that are congruent with how you lived. It doesn't mean that if you had negative sentences until now, that you still use more of the negative sentences. No, but you build always on top of that story. So all of these things that happen to you in your life, they all still there. But you build the positive things on top of that. Okay? I hope that makes sense. If you have questions about it, comment below. Another important thing to integrate that is just repetition. So it's really about repeating that again and again over the day. For example, instead of focusing on affirmations that you say in the mirror in the morning, just make yourself an audio message that you can listen to over the whole day, all the time. Just with a couple of sentences that you want to integrate. This is an example how you can do it and how I have done it with multiple beliefs. Okay, it's a way better way if you want to integrate, for example, beliefs into your subconscious instead of focusing on, just saying it in the morning or the evening. There's a quote by Adolf Hitler, I think. He said, when you say something long enough, intense enough, and convinced enough, I don't know, remember exactly how it was going, but it was going something like that. If you say to people something long enough, convinced enough, and intense enough, they will believe that. And you can use it for yourself to basically like a positive brainwash for yourself by making this personalized beliefs. Okay? If you want to integrate If you want to integrate things by visualization, for example, in your subconscious, always use all your five senses as good as possible, because the more you use it, the more real it feels to you. Okay? The more real it feels to you, the better it goes in your subconscious. The more it's like you experience already right now.